How's it going, Crusaders? Welcome back to another Bible study. Today we're checking out Genesis 1:23, the fifth day, part 4. We do have some agreeances today when it comes to the translations, which is something that we do not see often. So, always starting off with the King James Version, Crusaders. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day, the CSB. Evening came and then morning, the fifth day. Now we're jumping over to the NIV, which the ESV and the AMP agree with. And this will be our only agreeances today on the translations. And there was evening and there was morning, the fifth day. The NASB, there was evening and there was morning, a fifth day. The NLT, and evening came and morning passed, marking the fifth day. And finally, we've got the New King James Version. So the evening and the morning were the fifth day. So we've got two lessons to check out on this Bible verse. So let's see what we got. The first lesson I want to look at is the first three blessings God pronounced in the creation narrative occurred when God blessed the water, animals, and birds. So that is the first lesson. The second lesson I want to dive into. On the fifth day, God gives two divine commands. One, to populate the waters and the sky, created on day 2. And another, to bless life with the ability to reproduce. So, in these verses, we also find the first word of blessing in the creation study, and its meaning is clear: to give life and not death, to enable animal life to flourish and prosper in the domain for which these animals were created. Fertility, pregnancy, reproduction, and the fullness of a flourishing life are the prime indicators of blessing. So, those were the two lessons that I wanted to check out today on today's verse. This is going over something very important today, and that's why I like to do these lessons that go over the verse, because as I've said multiple times, you read a verse and it kind of just goes over your head probably 7 out of 10 times, but that's why we're taking the time to really dive into these verses, see what it's truly saying, and get as much as we possibly can out of each verse. So the Bible verse of the week that I want to look at comes from Psalms 23:4. And this is a verse that even non-believers, I believe, know. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. So finally, question for the Crusaders. Very simple question. Just curious, and as always, you do not have to answer this to me in the comments or anything of that sort. Just something to kind of answer to yourself. What is your favorite holiday? So that's all I've got for today, Crusaders. That was Genesis 1:23, the fifth day, part 4, and we are under 4 minutes, so a shorter Bible study for sure. But I will catch you all Friday. As I said, I was trying to get a hold of our next stop, and I try to drop the Bibles off on Mondays because I'm off on Mondays. But the place that we're going next is actually closed on Mondays, so I believe I'm gonna have to hit them up and see if I can drop them off this Friday. And I know Friday is usually the sermon day, so I might have to skip the sermon this Friday, and but if that does happen, we will still be getting a Wagon Wheel Worship project done that day. So regardless, we will be doing God's work that day, and that is all that matters. So Crusader, stay tuned for Friday, and we'll see what happens. Thanks.